To our town hall discussion this afternoon. Uh, this town hall discussion will mainly discuss issues of strategic plan for KMTC. KMTC opened its doors for the first students in 1927. And in 2027, KMTC will be celebrating its 100 years. So for KMTC to celebrate its 100 years, it must show evidence that it has transformed. And for sure, transformation has occurred. And transformation will even occur further with the development of 2023-2025 strategic plan. So in this 2023-2025 strategic plan, KMTC has set a base for training, and it has stipulated a very clear vision for the organization. And the vision is to be a globally competitive institution for training human resource for health. Also, it has set a very clear vision, which is very transformative, and that is to develop fit for purpose middle-level health professionals through transformative training, research, and consultancy. And the driving motor for KMTC currently is training for better health. On top of all those mission, vision, and motto that KMTC has set for itself, it has also drawn very elaborative core values. And these core values are required that all the staff and students internalize and understand. And the core values are: one, accountability; two, integrity; three, responsiveness; four, equity; five, teamwork; six, professionalism; and seven, creativity and innovation. So these are the things that KMTC has set for itself. And the driving force for the strategic plan 2023-2024 has four key result areas. And these four key result areas are: number one, quality training; number two, research, innovation, and consultancy; number three, digital transformation; and number four, institutional sustainability. So to help us dissect these four key result areas, our principals who are located in Region 5 of KMTC, and I will introduce them one by one. So for quality training, the principals who will help us understand what KMTC is doing about it are Madam Rhoda Losiamoy, who is the principal for KMTC Kitale, and Mr. Richard Korir, who is the principal for Mosoriot campus. The principals who will discuss research, innovation, and consultancy are Mr. Richard, and Alan Ijaminya of KMTC Kapenguria. Also, number 3, we have digital transformation, and the principals who will discuss digital transformation are Dennis Siabe and Foreman Rire. Dennis Siabe is the principal for E10, and Foreman Rire is the principal for Kaptumo. And the last key result area is the area of institutional sustainability. And the principals who will discuss these areas are Madam Susan Ereng, who is the principal for Lodwa campus, and Mr. Timothy Kipko, who is the principal for Chemolingot campus. So before we start, I had said earlier that this KMTC strategic plan is very transformative, and it is important for all the staff, all the students, and the stakeholders to understand the contents of this strategic plan so that they are able to implement. And by 2028, we shall have achieved all that we've set for ourselves to do. Today we have guests, and the guests that are with us in this call are the area MCA for Kimumu Ward, Madam Honorable Sarah Maleb. We also have the Member of Parliament for Moiben, Honorable Professor Phyllis Pasto, and we also have the Chief Officer of Health for Uasin Gishu County, Dr. Paul Wangwe. They'll be speaking to us shortly. So now we can start off with the first key result area. Then thereafter, we bring in our guests to speak to us as we make progress in our discussion. So for those who may not be knowing me, my name is Daniel Timotich, currently the principal for Eldoret campus. So I wish to welcome all of you in this discussion today. We are live on Facebook and YouTube on the KMTC official pages. So kindly join us. We move together in this discussion. So the first discussion that I wish to bring forth is the issue of quality training. And I would wish to call upon Principal Kitale to start us off with the issue of quality training. Welcome, Principal Kitale. Yeah, so we've set ourselves for a very transformative plan, and we expect that by 2028, we shall have achieved all that we've set for ourselves. And as Principal Kitale prepares to tell us what KMTC is planning to do and what it has done in regards to quality training, I can also bring in Mr. Richard Korir to give some highlights on what KMTC is doing in quality training. Principal Mosoriot.
Thank you, moderator, and all protocol observed. Quality training is one of the key result areas in our strategic plan running from 2023 to 2028. In order to achieve this essential strategic area, KMTC plans to skill and reskill and retool faculty members In view of that, KMTC has invested in faculty to handle the expanded responsibilities and complexities of classroom and clinical roles by recruiting 600 lecturers, and plans are underway to recruit additional 400 lecturers. Additionally, KMTC runs mentorship programs to enhance skills for effective teaching, e.g., skills laboratory methodologies, teaching methodologies for the newly employed and the serving members of the faculty. For quality training, KMTC has developed curriculum for relevant areas of specialization, e.g., higher national diplomas in oncology nursing, higher national diplomas in epidemiology, higher national diplomas in anesthesia, etc., in various departments that exist in KMTC. KMTC also has established and equipped facilities for teaching and learning, e.g., classrooms are equipped with good chairs. The libraries are equipped with modern books. We have got also skills lab, computer labs, examination rooms, and also digital or tendo clinic for quality training. KMTC has also modernized laboratories. They have also modernized workshops, classrooms, e.g. by providing projectors and screens for teaching and learning materials for all the departments. KMTC have also provided regular maintenance of the infrastructure. They have also done servicing and calibration of equipment for quality training. In short, quality training is essential and it is good for it to enhance academic excellence. With those few remarks, I return back to you, our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Mosoriot, for aptly elaborating the issues of quality training. And with us, as I had said earlier, we have a guest, and that is Dr. Wangwe has just joined us. So I can give him this opportunity to greet us because he has a very busy schedule. He can greet us and then he can leave at his own pleasure. So welcome, Dr. Wangwe. Please, ICT team, you can unmute him. Yeah, ICT team, unmute Dr. Paul Wangwe. He's the Chief Officer of Health, Uasin Gishu County, so that he can greet us as we proceed with the discussion. Yes, I can see you are there. There you are. Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Wangwe. Yeah, we are having a panel discussion on KMTC strategic plan. And with us, we have 8 principals who are the panelists, and I am the moderator for this session. And we have students and staff and stakeholders who are listening in various parts of the country. So welcome, Dr. Wangwe.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kimwetich. I hope I am clear enough.
Yes, you are clear.
Okay, thank you very much. It's an honor to participate in this review of the importance of our strategic plan for the Kenya Medical and Training College. And I'm quite honored, although albeit I was in a function, so I've just stepped out to sit in the car and attend the meeting. My name is Dr. Paul Wangwe Ongeti, Chief Officer of Preventive and Promotive Health, Uasin Gishu County. Uasin Gishu County has, over the years, collaborated with the Kenya Medical and Training College in many ways. We have seconded our staff to assist in training in the KMTC. We have also been able to allow KMTC utilize our facilities in the county, and we are currently in discussions to have better collaboration and in many other ways between the county and KMTC. I would like to say that in my view, a strategic plan is essential in any organization. And strategic plan at least gives a roadmap for an institution to achieve its goals. Just as the county has a strategic plan, Uasin Gishu County has a strategic plan, it is good to hear that KMTC is developing a strategic plan. And we would wish that in future, we will be able to integrate our strategic plans so that we can be able to work together and, of course, increase efficiency. So strategic plans, in my view, just guide institutional growth, especially stepwise institutional growth, academic excellence. Now that this is an academic institution, we usually have dynamics in healthcare, new trends in healthcare, new practices in healthcare. So also a strategic plan should have the adaptability to the emerging trends in healthcare. It should also guide on resource allocation. Of course, as you plan, you also plan the resources. You look at the available resources and now ensure that your plan has to match with the available resources and also ways in which you will mobilize resources to be able to achieve your goals. So those are my few remarks. With our strategic plan, we expect that KMTC will enhance its performance in terms of the quality of education that the students may get there. Because as we have realized, our quality is very high. Our students are able to be recognized internationally. We have had, I can say, an influx of students going outside the country, and they are well recognized. So in that plan, let us also have this issue focused into, now, how do we cover the gap? Now, since we are exporting skilled labor. With those few remarks, I would wish to really thank Mr. Kimotich, the principal, for this opportunity to attend this meeting and to learn. I'm sure I will learn more as the meeting goes on. And I also wish to recognize the other principals and also thank all of them and the other guests. I've seen we are in the same function with the Honorable Sarah Malel. Thank you very much. Asante.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Wangwe, for gracing our meeting today. We really appreciate you joining us. And you've mentioned something that is very important and something that is in the heart of KMTC. that when we have a strategic plan, we allocate resources well, we improve on performance, and finally, we improve on the quality. So we are proceeding with the discussion on quality. And now I would wish to bring in Principal Kitale to elaborate more on what KMTC is doing and what it's planning to do on this area of quality training. Principal Kitale, welcome. Unmute.
Thank you so much, moderator. I'll continue from where Mr. Korir Principal had left under quality training as a key result area. The strategic objective is to expand informative opportunities for students and graduates. Like last year, we graduated 21,621 students in 2024 by establishing student and industry liaison office to facilitate linkages to opportunities for the placement. These are attachment areas, for the internship areas, for the career, for the exchange programs, and also employment. By ensuring that all KMTC courses are registered with the Kenya National Qualification Authority, that is the KNQA. By liaise with the KNQA and Kenya National Examination Council, the NEC, to ensure qualifications can be equated to facilitate admission of foreign students. So KMTC can teach comfortably the foreign students till they qualify. Again, by develop distinct programs for students' mentorship, mental health mental health support, and also student wellness in all campuses to improve the students' experience. This is the age group whereby they need to be assisted mentally so that they can settle in their training. By developing an academic prospects, like in Kitale, the students who qualify, they qualify at diploma level. So there is a hope that they'll prosper doing HND or higher diploma in their career. They can as well register for degree. They can as well do their master's and PhD. Another strategic objective is to enhance innovation in teaching and learning. Of course, we do conduct the value chain analysis, and by leveraging appropriate technology on existing infrastructure to absorb double intake by 2027, now whereby we'll be having the CBC and 844 system. This will be done simultaneously and it will be seamlessly without any hitch. Again, by updating curriculum, our curriculum is updated after every 5 years so that we can embrace the latest information. Again, nursing being our flagship program, we have 84 campuses in Kenya, more than 84 campuses, whereby now each and every campus, it is a desire and it's a requirement as we meet the strategic plan that we have nursing, nursing like a unit in each and every campus. All right. Another objective is to sustain accreditation. This means we need to be at par. Are we doing the right thing? We need to have standards. And the standards that we are really, they're checking on us. We have the Kenya National Qualification Authority. They're an oversight so that we do the right thing. We have the professional regulatory bodies as a training institution, which put us on check. We have professional regulatory bodies again as a continuous professional development, that is the CPD centers. We have international organizations, that is the ISO certification for quality, on quality management, and that is a QMS. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Principal Kitale, for dissecting the issue of quality training ably. Viewers, we are live on KMTC official pages, YouTube. So you can tune in, share the link, and let people join so that we understand clearly what KMTC is planning to do and what it has done so far. Principal Kitale has mentioned something very useful, the issue of continuous development. And we cannot continuously develop if we are not carrying out research. So there is this important key result area of research, innovation, and consultancy. Now, I would wish to invite Principal Cabernet to elaborate more on what KMTC is doing on this area of research, innovation, and consultancy. Welcome, Principal Cabernet, Mr. Ezekiel Kandakor.
Thank you, Chair, and all the viewers. Allow me to take you through one of our key research area for KMTC, that is research, innovation, and consultancy. This key objective enables KMTC to achieve its mandate of developing, and also it makes KMTC in today's rapidly changing environment. In KMTC, it has worked around the globe to ensure that there is improvement in the institutional. It has made sure that there is continuous enhancement of legal and institutional framework. Through this, KMTC has developed so many policies on research, and one which is related or directly geared towards the achievement of this objective is research policy. We have KMTC research policy, which guides in KMTC still, ladies and gentlemen, this research policy is reviewed after every three years to ensure that it embraces the changes which are taking place globally. KMTC also has ensured that there is usually the increase in publishing of research papers, and the mechanism has been put in place to ensure that each and every campus in every academic calendar at least publish 2 papers. Another way to ensure that is that this publishing of papers in peer review channels is geared towards performance contracting of KMTC, and it is implemented across the campuses. KMTC also have allocated funds, the resources which are scarce, but since we embrace research, it has allocated funds to fund research projects, and it is targeted that at least every year 30 research projects are funded and they are published. And again, KMTC has put its structures, operational structures, to ensure that at least there are 2 scientific conferences where the staff are sensitized. There are quarterly symposium. Quarterly, that means we have 4 symposia in a year. And KMTC also have allocated funds in human resource development, whereby staff are facilitated in attending this symposium. Staff and students are facilitated to attend the scientific conferences. And again, in KMTC, we have a staff recognition policy whereby during this occasion, the best researchers are normally awarded to motivate the staff to pursue this research, which is a key objective in our strategic plan. There's also, in each and every campus, there is establishment of research committee. Like here in Cabernet, we have a research committee whose main mandate is to ensure that the research activities are well coordinated, research are conducted, research are written, and research are published in peer review channels. KMTC also is key at these activities to ensure that there is implementation of the KMTC science, technology, and innovative. And in each and every campus, there's appointment of research champions. Like here in Cabernet, we have two, and all the campuses, they are research champions, which ensures that research activities are coordinated well and research studies are carried out with minimal problems. Also, KMTC, through the implementation of the KMTC Science, Technology, and Innovation, there is training of focal persons who will spearhead the doing of research in all the campuses. And to ensure that all these operations are done, KMTC has come up with monitoring and evaluation template and tools, research activities in the campus. In the process, if there is any problem, it's diagnosed or it is taken up early enough to ensure that it is done. In this case, KMTC is planning to train over 400 staff on use of this tool, on this tablet, to ensure that it is done. Monitoring and evaluation is done up to the standard. Lastly, but not the least, KMTC is developing and promoting risk management strategies to ensure that all the risks which may interfere with operations of KMTC are diagnosed or they are identified early enough, and action is taken to ensure that all goes as per the strategic plan for the next 5 years. Thank you. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Principal Barnett, for that elaborate discussion. I now wish to welcome Principal Kapenguria, Mr. Alan Ijaminya, to elaborate more on the same area. Welcome, Principal.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chair. To continue from where Principal Kabarnet left, in KMTC, we also do or conduct cost of training study. In KMTC, when we do cost of training study, this helps in budgetary allocations that enables our resources to be used wisely, and training initiatives are financially visible. We also help in making a data-driven decision in terms of human resource strategy. Still, in conducting cost of training study, we use evidence of the cost of training to engage stakeholders on resource mobilization and planning. We engage the county governments, national government, CDF, NGOs, and other organizations which come in handy in helping students through bursaries. Sometimes there's provision of infrastructure in our campuses, and in other cases, human resource. Example is County Government of West Pokot. The KMTC was built by the County Government of West Pokot. The West Pokot County also has given us human resource that we are using to improve our training programs around this particular area. The other innovation that we do in KMTC is to catalyze innovation and entrepreneurship. KMTC, we do baseline surveys on our customers, who include students, guardians, merchants, and public in general. This provides a snapshot of existing landscape on innovation. This foundation helps KMTC in identifying key areas for improvement that lead to increased activity, collaboration, and investment in entrepreneurial ecosystem. On the same, KMTC has also adapted new technologies, especially in training. We have blended both classroom teaching, online teaching, skills lab, case studies in patient management, and this has made our graduates most sorted by international markets. You'll find that most of our students, they are able to go to these other countries to go and give service that is needed. These technologies also help in access to information that inspire new ideas and helps KMTC to stay competitive. It also enables better customer interactions through personalized services, quick responses, and also enhanced user experience. Example is our admission process done online. So you find it is easier. Most of the students who are applying, they're able to navigate the system easily, and they're able to interact with the system as they apply for courses in KMTC. We also foster collaboration and partnership in research. KMTC has formed linkages with other organizations in research, like Research for Life Organization, Up to Date Group, COHA, and other linkages. And for COHA is used mostly in library management, and this enhances our involvement in evidence-based training for patients. KMTC has a database for our research, and also we have research champions in each and every campus who coordinate these research activities. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Principals Cabernet and Kapenguria, for that very informative discussion on research, innovation, and consultancy. You've all said clearly that KMTC has embarked on a journey to carry out more researches and be more innovative and use technology in order to transform. So now we move to the third key result area, and that is digital transformation. And the principals who will help us discuss these areas are Mr. Dennis Siabe, Principal Iten, and Mr. Foreman Rire, Principal Kaptumo. So before they start discussing, for the viewers, if you have any question, you can share in the chat. Then we shall be able to answer your questions and your concerns as we move on with the discussion. So I would now wish to welcome Principal Iten to elaborate on this issue of digital transformation. Welcome, Principal.
Thank you, Chair. Our digital transformation is strategic number 3 in our strategic plan. To achieve this digital transformation, we have policies that we have to go through. So the policies we are having is already that we have in place, and some we are developing. So ICT policy is one of the policies that we have to review. ICT strategy policy is to be reviewed because already we have in place. ICT risk management plan among those we are going to review. E-learning policy as well as library policy are in place, and we need to review to go in hand with the digital era, and also the intellectual property policy. The policies that we are going to develop so that we achieve this objective of digital transformation Our social media policy, as we know currently, most of the information go through social media. Also, we have to develop ICT security framework, as well as data governance and data protection policy. At KMTC, our network service providers, we have KNET, which is Kenya Education Network. And also in Iten here, we are lucky to be connected to National Optic Fiber Network Backhaul Initiative, that is NOFP. That is on policies to be reviewed. Also, in digital transformation, we have to embrace the emerging technologies. We are aware that technology is changing day and night. At KMTC, we use ERP, that is Enterprise Resource Planning. So we have to redesign to be at par with the new innovations. Also, we have to develop mobile applications, which will ease the usage and access our information, how the students are applying, how they get their letters, and so on, using their mobile phones. That is now the mobile application. Installation of televideo conference equipment, so that we cut on cost of one-on-one or physical conferencing or physical meetings. Also, to embrace emerging technologies, we have to implement prometric examination and assessment equipment so that we can be able to use to assess and assess students and do an assessment through E, as well as implementing simulation laboratories where we can watch and see the simulators instead of using now the physical ones. And also the new AI, artificial intelligence, as an emerging pressing technology. Also, in digital transformation, we intend to reduce paper-based processes through, one, strengthening security within the campus by installing CCTVs, and also online admission system upgrade. Already we have the online admission, but we want to upgrade to what is internationally accepted. By implementation of this reduction is through performance contracting management system, where we no longer use papers, but we use the E. Also, human resource performance appraisal system, we just use the E instead of using the bulky papers or the hard copies. Also, human resource recruitment system, where an applicant, when he does an application, is able to track the system by just a button. You just press the button, you know where the process at which your application is. Also, the contract management system. We know that in KMTC, we contract security services, also we contract cleaning services, and even the lecturers. So we are able to go through and manage them through the E. Also, the biometric access control, situations where staff and even students get access to their compound, we can use the fingerprint to control, to know at what time they are getting in and going out, as well as audit management system, where we have the audit reports, when it's the audit notifications, we just get through E. And also legal data systems, where the issues against us or those who are raising issues against other organizations, we use this legal database, which is E. That is that about the digital transformation. Back to the moderator. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Principal Iten, for that elaborate discussion. And I'd now wish to bring in Principal Kaptumo to give an addition to what Principal Iten has said. Principal Kaptumo, Foreman Relay. The floor is yours. Unmute. Not yet. Not yet. So as Principal Kaptumo is unmuting his device, this area is very important of digital transformation. And as Principal Iten said, we cannot transform if we are not able to transform digitally. So it is a very important area, even as we impact on issues of research, issues of innovation, issues of consultancy, we must be able to transform digitally. So that was very elaborate. Again, viewers, we are live on Facebook, KMTC official pages. And if you have any question, feel free to share in the chat so that we are able to answer your questions and also your concerns. So when I check the chat, there's nothing so far. That is okay. So it is important actually for us to transform in all ways. And
Hello?
I really appreciate
Hello?
what the panelists have said. And now we welcome Principal Kaptumo.
Kaptumo. In
Yes.
addition, thank you. In addition to what Principal Itena said, KMTC has embarked on training KMTC staff to deal with emerging technologies. This has led to protection of KMTC data. And the measures put in place includes issuing of passwords to all computers. And these computers each have two accounts. That is the user account and the admin account encrypted with passwords to prevent unauthorized access. And in addition to that, is to ensure latest antivirus and all other programs are actually up to date. At the same time, in maximizing both human and financial resources, KMTC has developed a e-learning platform, and this allows the students and lecturers access to various modules as far as each courses or faculties are concerned. That is, example is the e-learning, that is kmtc.ac.ke. Each campus have had at least one or two lecturers trained on online teaching, which was later cascaded downwards by the lead personnel. And KOA, KOHA system has also enabled library management and wireless, example in handling of the e-books. While strengthening the ICT infrastructure, KMTC has ensured strong internet connectivity by increasing or subscribing high bandwidth from respective IPS or whatever it's called, internet service provider, while installing access points within the college to provide wireless network to both the staffs and the students. Success has been enhanced by increase of both desktops and laptops. Example here at Kaptumo, we have acquired 70 desktops and 15 laptops, fully functional and connected to the internet. However, KMTC aims at attaining between 2,055 to 2,355 Mbps for strong internet spread speed. Thus, upgrading installation of the fiber is required to meet this challenge. At the same time, ICT staff are being trained adequately on analysis skills using various tools and programs such as SPSS, MS Excel packages to enable guided decision making in research, etc. Artificial intelligence, or the so-called AI, for decision making is still being pursued in that order. Thank you. I think back to you, Chairman.
Thank you so much, Principal Kaptumo, for that elaborate discussion on digital transformation. You've indeed added some points on the issue of digital transformation to what Principal Iten has just discussed. There is a question in the chat. There is a question in the chat by Kasim, and this goes to research team, Ezekiel Kandakor. Someone is asking, if you want to do a topic proposal for research, how do one go about, or how do you go about, if you want to do a topic proposal for research? How do you go about, as KMTC staff, how do you go about in that process of writing research? The issue of writing, the issue of the committee, you can elaborate more on the question that has been asked in the chat. Principal Cabernet.
Thank you, Chair. As I said, the KMTC has structures which are responsible in coordinating research activities. Starting from the KMTC headquarters, we have Department of Deputy Registrar in charge of research, whose mandate is to receive the proposals, review the proposals, and gives feedback to the others if there are any corrections. At the campus level, we have research champions whose role is to coordinate research activities at the campus level. Or if you are a stakeholder, at the campus level, we have research committees, we have focal persons who are supposed to sensitize even staff about the research. And if you have a proposal, it has to be seen by the research champions, the research experts. You work together, and then from there, once it's satisfied that it is now ready for funding, then it is sent to the headquarters, that is the Department of Deputy Registrar in charge of research, and then you'll be given feedback on the same. Thank you. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you, Principal Cabernet, for answering that question ably. Indeed, you've answered the question well. Our viewers, we are moving on with our discussion on the key result areas in the KMTC 2023-2028 strategic plan. The next step that we want to discuss is the area of institutional sustainability. So I will call upon Principal Jamolingot to kindly give us a discussion on this area, on what KMTC is doing and what it is planning to do. Welcome, Principal Jamolingot.
Thank you, thank you, Chair. We want to discuss these important aspects of the key resource area, that is institutional sustainability in our KMTC strategic plan. We remember any company which starts from the base or from somewhere, and as it grows, when it reaches almost a tip, sustaining it might be a big issue. So like KMTC, when it started in 1927, university student up to now, where we sustain our institution in the best way possible. So KMTC is focusing on this key result area, that is institutional sustainability, so that it better position itself to achieve long-term goals, to meet the current and future needs of healthcare. And this one will be achieved by prioritizing the sustainability of the KMTC programs, the KMTC operations, and the environment. KMTC also is enhancing sustainability so that the college will effectively address the existing resource gaps, thus fulfilling its mandate more efficiently. And to ensure this is done, there is some strategic objectives which KMTC is looking at so that the institutional sustainability is enhanced. So one of them is to increase revenue collection by 40%. So in the strategic plan, KMTC is working to ensure that the student population increases from the current 62,000 plus students to 70,000 in June 2028. And when we achieve this, we are sure that from the revenues from fees, the institution will be able to sustain itself. KMTC is also looking at other sources of revenue, like grants. We have, in the past, we have national government CDF has assisted our campuses grow. Many of our campuses have been built by the national government CDF. They have been built by the county government. So KMTC tries to enhance those kind of resource mobilization. Another objective to achieve this key result area is to contribute to environmental sustainability. And to enhance this, KMTC engages in environmental conservation activities, and in every campus, it is envisaged that it has a committee that runs the community social responsibility. And this committee organizes for tree planting sessions. They organize for town cleaning services within their areas of jurisdictions. And with this, we will be able to contribute to environmental sustainability. We are talking of also going towards cutting resources like rainwater harvesting and having storage tanks in all campuses. To enhance also institutional sustainability, KMTC is enhancing internal control systems. And this is done through development of standard operation procedures and development of a risk management framework. We have things like systems audits, which are done quarterly. This one ensures that we are actually doing what is required. That is the internal control systems. We also have the quality management systems, which that is ISO from the Kenya Bureau of Standards. This also assists us in the internal control systems. The risk management framework, KMTC has a risk champions in campuses, and which is who are led by the risk manager. We also facilitate cost reduction mechanisms to enhance institutional sustainability. And we have, KMTC has developed policies of cost reduction policies. We are outsourcing non-core activities like cleaning services. security services, and this will cut on the staff who could have been employed to do that work. So it will become cheaper.
For Jemalingot, yes, proceed.
Yes, yeah, it will become cheaper to outsource services than employ staff. We also cut costs by ensuring, like in places like where there is a lot of sun, like the northeastern, the eastern part of the country, the North Rift, we can use solar panels for lighting, for various functions. Like in Chemalingot campus, we are using solar to pump our water so that we cut the cost of electricity. So another key area or key objective to ensure institutional sustainability is the human resource. And there are objectives towards this human resource. And one of them is to have a highly coordinated HR driving the college towards meeting its strategic goals. And KMTC is doing this by developing human resource plans, review and implement human resource instruments like the code of conduct and the rest. There's also the question of the succession planning and the coaching and mentorship policy, where KMTC normally, when new employees are employed, they are attached to a mentor for coaching, and this will ensure that they perform better. There's also another aspect, the institutional staff performance management in human resource to ensure institutional sustainability. That is, KMTC has developed performance management framework. There's the review and where we administer the performance. All is geared towards institutional sustainability. And with those, I beg to stop there. Thank you, Chair. Back to the moderator.
Thank you, Principal Jemalingot, for that elaborate presentation. We all know where Jemalingot is, and at times, internet instability is a reality. We appreciate your contributions, the two principals who have done the presentation. And now we want to give an addition to this discussion of institutional sustainability. And I would wish to welcome Principal Odwa, Madam Susan Ereng, to give an addition to what Principal Jemalingot has said. Welcome, Principal Odwa.
Much, the moderator. In addition to what Principal Jemalingot has said, the Kenya Medical Training College has embraced strategic resource mobilization partnerships and collaboration as essential pillars for institutional sustainability. By leveraging strong alliances with various stakeholders, KMTC enhances its ability to deliver quality healthcare training and meets its strategic objectives. KMTC collaborates also with key partners, including government agencies, development organizations, and private sector players. For example, we have financial aid schemes like HELP loans, county bursaries, national government, constituency development funds, Beyond Zero, World Bank grants, and UNHCR scholarship. This increases student access to training, to healthcare training. The institution is also focused on income generating activity to support its sustainability. The planned project includes the construction of conferences, facilities, in Nakuru, Kisumu for trees, as well as a 60,000 capacity graduation arena and a national sports complex at Mansa campus. These projects aim to generate revenue while enhancing the college service offering. At the campus, at Lodwar campus, KMTC has partnered with the Turkana County government and the UNCHR to improve infrastructure and provide scholarship for marginalized community and to also boost the human resource for health in Turkana County and beyond. This partnership ensures the campus meets regional healthcare training needs and supports the local community's development goal. Institutional reputation and branding as part of its strategy to position itself as a leader in healthcare training. The college employs targeted branding, communication, and marketing strategy to enhance its visibility and maintain a positive public image. The key initiative that the college has made is public engagement. KMTC increases awareness of its program through high school visits, participation in cultural festivals, and public holiday celebrations. These events provide platform to market its program and engage with communities. Stakeholders engagement, the college fosters strong relationship with students, staff, suppliers, community members, and partners, ensuring a collaborative and customer-focused environment. The institution also maintains a high standard in service delivery, ensuring a reputation as a trusted provider of healthcare training in Kenya. The Lodwar campus has successfully upheld KMTC a brand by engaging with local communities during events such as cultural festivals like Tobonglore in Turkana County and public celebrations. Through these efforts, the campus showcases its program, builds community trust, and strengthens its reputation as a key driver of healthcare training in the region. Finally, KMTC strategic focus on resource mobilization, partnership, and branding ensures its sustainability and continued growth. By leveraging collaboration, enhancing student financing options, and maintain a strong institutional reputation, the college is well positioned to meet the healthcare training needs of Kenya and beyond. The Lodwar campus now serves as a prime example of how these strategies can be implemented successfully at the local region. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
Thank you, Principal Lodwar, for that very elaborate presentation. And now, viewers, we've come to almost the end of our presentation. I'll only check the question and answer area if there's any question, and then we do a conclusion. So there are no questions. Now, members, for KMTC, to achieve all this, then the discussion has to continue. From here, you make progress to all staff, all students, and all the other stakeholders for them to understand exactly what KMTC is doing. So for today's discussion, we've managed to discuss 4 key result areas that we've set in our strategic plan. And the 4 areas were: 1, quality training; 2, research, innovation, and consultancy; 3, digital transformation; and 4, institutional sustainability. This has been done by our EPO principals from the 10 campuses within the region. And I would really appreciate Principal Kitale, Principal Mosoriot, Principal Kabarnet, Kapenguria, Iten, Kaptumo, Lodwa, and Chemolingot for ably discussing this area. This is not the end of our town hall discussions. KMTC has also planned for other town hall presentations, which will be done in subsequent days. So again, there will be other regions who will present the same discussions in another perspective. So tune in so that you learn more on what we are doing. And indeed, if we are able to achieve all these key result areas that have been set, then we shall live true to our vision of being a globally competitive institution for training human resource for health. So with that, viewers, I would now wish to check and bring in senior managers who have joined us, and they can give their closing remarks. They can say hi to us and give also their remarks about our strategic plan. I can see we have a senior manager, Dr. Ansomu Mazela. I've also seen the chair of the Strategic Implementation Committee, Madam Lucy Chebungei. So I'd wish to give them this opportunity to also say a word to us and also to the viewers. Any of them that is on can say something.
Good afternoon, principals and the viewers. Yeah, my name is Mrs. Bunge. I'm the Deputy Director of Finance Administration and also the chair of the strategic plan implementation. I want to really comment on the good work that the principals from the North Rift region has put into place to ensure that there's good mastery of the strategic plan, especially for the for the 4 key result areas. You have really discussed exhaustively in a manner that when it comes to implementation, it is very easy to implement because you understand the key result areas. The strategic plan for KMTC was unveiled in the year 2023, actually around October. So we can say we are 1 year, and some months after implementing the strategic plan. So there are a lot of work that has been done in year 1. Remember, if you have seen our strategic plan towards the end of the booklet, this implementation matrix, which has been divided into the 5 years that we are supposed to implement the strategic plan. And when we did our evaluation for the first year, we realized that we as an institution, we've done a lot in terms of implementing the planned activities. And we are continuing again to implement the activities that are planned for year 2. And at the middle of year 2 or at the beginning of year 3, we should be implementing, or we should be doing media evaluation
to see how far we have done in terms of implementation of the strategic plan. It is important that an institution has a strategic plan because it gives a clear direction on how activities are supposed to be carried in the institution. And this is really important, especially for an institution like KMTC that is really expansive, that is covering 88 campuses in 45 counties across the country. So if you don't have a document that can give direction for the institution, then we may not achieve the mandate of the college. The key thing in this strategic plan, the mission that we have is production of fit-for-purpose healthcare professionals. And this is possible if we have plans towards achievement of that. When you look at the first key result area of quality training, you may not achieve a fit-for-purpose healthcare professional when you don't put in place quality mechanisms. And for you to achieve these quality mechanisms, you need to have activities that address the sterilization of that particular key result area. And I'm happy that the team that was handling that key result area managed to give us the resources that has been put into place to ensure that we have training for all our students across the campuses. Issues to do with the skills lab materials, the computer labs, partnership with the clinical placements, and I'm happy we had somebody from the county because usually we cannot learn medical courses without a practical aspect of the training. On digitalization, it is really important. It's a government agenda. And as KMTC, we are contributing towards that by utilizing the digital platform in terms of teaching and learning, and also our processes, including payments of school fees, and also monitoring of teaching and learning. And then we have talked about institutional sustainability. We have talked about research and innovation. Usually when we talk about research, an institution is defined according to the number of researchers and also innovations that the institution put in place in contributing to the agendas of the country. So we are glad that in KMTC, we are embracing research and innovation, and we are encouraging members of staff to come up with researchers. We fund the researchers. And also apart from the funded researchers, there are those ones that we partner with external institutions to ensure that we can collaborate in doing researches and also some of the consultancies that we do. In institutional sustainability, we have, you have articulated so well that in some colleges, we utilize solar energy, and that one reduces cost. In some colleges, there are many ways that can ensure that there's cost reduction, and also the other ways of involving partners in terms of resource mobilization, and also getting partners to fund some of the areas that we are unable to fund. So for me, I would say really, I want to appreciate the attendance. From the time we attended this meeting, we are around 81, which is really commendable. And I'm happy that we also have our key stakeholders, the students, the staff, and also our leadership in this forum, so that they are able to get to know what we are doing in KMTC and understand our strategies, understand where we are moving to, in line with the key result areas that we have. We recognize our partners, because minus partners, it is not possible actually to achieve most of these things. When we look at our strategic plan, for those people who have read, we have resource gaps. And usually when you have resource gaps, we involve partners in terms of funding some of the resources. And we are really happy that the NGCDF has really contributed to KMTC infrastructure and also payment of the school fees. I also want to commend the county governments for allowing our students to practice in the hospitals. And some of the county governments have also contributed into infrastructural development and payment of school fees to our students. So colleagues and the viewers, mine is to appreciate each and every person for this meeting, and also the contributions, the valuable contributions that you have given into the meeting, and more so to the principals and the staff of KMTC, the students of KMTC, our community members, our leadership. I want to say thank you so much for finding time to attend to this meeting. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. Kimgetich.
Thank you so much, our Deputy Director in charge of Finance, Administration and Planning. We really appreciate your comments. We also appreciate your attendance. I've seen also our CEO is in the call, and I would kindly request Madam Lucy Chepungei to welcome for us our CEO to give his remarks.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kimetich. Our members, I want to appreciate that the CEO is in the meeting. He has been very instrumental in terms of ensuring that the institution is moving in the right direction. And he has been encouraging us so much to look at the strategic plan, implement, monitor, evaluate, and also communicate to him when we have challenges in anything that we are doing in the institution. So at this juncture, I want to invite our CEO to address this gathering. CEO, we have staff of KMTC, principals from the North Rift region. We also have viewers. I don't know if the member of parliament from Moipen is still there. We also had a CC from Wasingishu County. Another partners that are in this meeting. So welcome, sir, to address the meeting. Karibu.
Thank you, Deputy Director in charge of Finance, Planning and Administration. Our stakeholders, the MPs who are here, the CECs, principals, our staff, our students, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Let me take the opportunity first to... Good afternoon. Let me take this opportunity to first appreciate the efforts of principals who have been leading this discussion today, starting with the interim chair for this, Bwana Kimwetich, together with other principals who have organized this activity and have led the discussion today. As all of you are aware, Kenya Medical Training College began this journey in 2023, and we want to ensure that all of us are on board when it comes to how we implement the strategy. To start with, Kenya Medical Training College formulated a vision that looks at our competitiveness in relation to the global training of medical personnel, and therefore we said we are globally competitive institution in training human resources for health. And basically that vision has informed a lot of how we have operated in the last 1 year, and has informed a lot about how we view ourselves in terms of our contribution to the human resources for health, not only in this country but outside this country. You have seen, for example, that in terms of quality of training, the institution has developed curricula in foreign languages like French, German, Amharic, and Arabic. We continue to do this with the realization that our graduates will not only work in this country, but are likely to work in other countries where English is not the main language. In addition to that, we have worked with related partners to make sure we have NCLEX being done in the country, and us providing short courses to enable us to ensure that we have graduates who are ready for the job market. In addition to that, recently we are in discussion with the Youth Fund to ensure that those who want to do NCLEX and get out of the country get proper financing. I will very soon be inviting the CEO so that we discuss an MOU in which our students can benefit right from preparation for the exam, payment for examination, and the air ticket costs when they want to go out of the country. And Youth Fund will be able to help us with that. So with that, we want to say that we are placing the institution as a global competitor, and not only just a competitor, but the most preferred competitor in this space. We then formulated a mission that looks at how we will describe the product we have in the job market, and that is to produce fit for purpose human resources for health. And for us, fit for purpose means so much. It means that the product we are producing must be able to operate in the environment where they are going to work. That is, our graduates, wherever they are, should speak the language of the patient, should be able to communicate effectively and be able to make decisions that benefit the patient wherever they are. And so we have very much adhered to this mission by ensuring that it blends well with the reason why we exist and the direction the institution is taking in terms of the vision. And so we had formulated, therefore, strategic key result areas that are key. Most of it, I am very glad that principals have internalized and have discussed it very well here. And those are quality of training, the issues of research, innovation and consultancy, the matter of digital transformation and institutional sustainability. As has been said by the DDF, we will not survive without our partners. And therefore, when we are discussing strategy, we must ensure that our partners are part and parcel of it, and that they understand where we are going, so that when we look for resources, when we discuss with them about various issues, they understand where we are coming from and why we have to do what we are doing. I want to thank all of you, and I want to make it clear to you that we will support you, our principals, our staff and students, wherever possible, so that we are able to improve and continuously be the best institution in mid-level training of health workers. We also would want to listen to you on your input on how to make strategy more adaptive to the environment where we are working, and also to look at how best do we finance and ensure that our strategy continues to gain momentum, because we will need resources to make this successful. I also want you to be aware and remind you that resource mobilization is a component in this strategy. Unlike other strategic plans that we've had before, we also have a resource mobilization plan, so that the gap that is required to make sure that this strategic plan works is collectively achieved through the support of you, our principals, our stakeholders, and all of us, to make sure that this works. We will move together. We will not leave anyone behind, and we will support campuses to be the best in terms of whatever training they offer. We will ensure that we continue to create centers of excellence. We will continue to ensure we have sustainability in our campuses, both financially, environmental sustainability, and being able to do corporate social responsibility activities that resonate with the needs of the community. So as we go into making this strategy work, I also want you to be very adaptive to the changes in the environment, particularly in the digital space, because we will not afford to remain behind when the whole world is moving into the digital space. So let us embrace the efforts we are making towards digitization of all our services, and making sure that we lead our campuses towards realization of a fully efficient, fully effective digitized campuses. Thank you so much. And I will also be available for questions to discuss with you in areas that you may want to know or get further guidance on. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, our CEO, for those wise words. We really appreciate your support. And we, as food soldiers, we are here to support everything that the management will bring forth so that we push KMTC to the next level. Thank you so much for those comments. Now, viewers, I want to check if there are more questions before we close with a word of prayer by Principal Kitale. There's someone who is asking about security. I would like to know what strategic plan do KMTC have towards our security, considering the increase in student and staff population, as well as expansion of structures and more assets. That is Mutunda Ayub Sharif. And also there is anonymous attendee who is also interested with the same question. Just to answer part of it, and so that I'll invite anyone else who would wish to also to give an input, is that KMTC cherishes its assets so much so that it has established a risk management policy, and also there is a risk manager in KMTC to ensure that all that we do are not prone to risks, and we are safe, and we are able to tell and predict when issues may arise. So there is protection in terms of the digital space, and also there is protection or security in terms of the infrastructure. In terms of digital space, we ensure that all our gadgets, all the laptops, all the computers, all the servers that we have a secure password. We also ensure that there is antivirus installed in all our computers and our gadgets. So that is in the digital space. And where the servers are kept, there is security for those assets. And for the physical infrastructure, there is a lot. KMTC ensures that there is a perimeter fence within the campus. There are lockable doors, lockable windows, burglar-proof windows, doors for all the entrances to premises. And also for our buses, we ensure that there are lockable shades, lockable bus parks for all our campuses, which even our CEO has elaborated in not more than one, but many times in our meetings. So those are the things KMTC are doing to ensure that there is security of our assets. And if there is anyone who would wish to add, I would kindly wish that someone can also add on this issue of security of our students, staff, and assets.
Sure.
Yes, CRB. Principal Iten.
Yes. Also, to add on what you've said, is that remember that on digitalization transformation, we say that there are policies that we are developing and also we are reviewing. As you have said, that is ICT risk management plan, which will assist on the already existing security on our through the risk security manager. Also, we are developing ICT security framework, which will include on how to secure our ICT and in the library, that is the e-books, that is the computers and the like. Also, in addition to that, biometric access control into entry to the libraries and also the libraries and the computer lab. As you get in there, you press your fingerprints, and then we'll be able to account for you. To add on that also is upgrade the land. If the land is on the lower grade, we upgrade it. And then also to increase the internet bandwidth from 2055 to 3555, which will be more faster and able to catch up with the changing digital space. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Principal Iten, for adding on that area. So I don't know if there is anyone who would wish to add something on the same. I think we have ably discussed that area. And there is another question also, or a concern. Somebody is asking, Mr. Chair, I was requesting more discussion on research. Thanks. Yeah, definitely, Kasim, we shall have a side chat and discuss more on research. Yeah, we shall do that. Thank you. So, viewers, we've come to the end of our panel discussion this week. And the next panel discussion will be done by Region 6, and that will be on 21st of January 2025. So tune in and get to learn more about KMTC strategic plan, what we are planning to do, and what we've done so far. So viewers, thank you so much. I would really wish to appreciate all of you for attending, ranging from the students, the staff, our stakeholders. Thank you so much for gracing this discussion. Our senior managers, I've seen there, our DDF, our communication manager, and up to the top as our CEO. We really appreciate your attendance to this very important discussion. That really motivates us, and we know that KMTC is taking this strategic plan very seriously. So with those remarks, I would now wish to call upon Principal Kitale to close for us with a word of prayer. Thank you so much, and stay blessed.
Thank you, everyone. Let's bow our heads and pray. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, mighty everlasting Father, we thank you because of this day. Thank you because of the gift of life. I pray for thy protection, just from the board of directors to our CEO and senior managers. I pray that may you protect us, the principal, protect our students and all stakeholders. We thank you because of the success of today's function. Mighty everlasting Father, for other town hall meetings, we pray that may you go ahead of us. There is no weapon of the devil forged that will ever prosper. The Bible reminds us that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Through this strategic plan, Jehovah, we pray that you're going to see us through. We meet all our objectives. We thank you because you're mighty. Go ahead of us this year. I pray and believe in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Thank you so much. I would request the panelists to remain behind. Panelists and ICT to remain behind.